Hello again. This time I'm going to cook pasta bake. So everyone knows how to do a pasta bake. This is kind of one with the stuff that I've got floating about in my cupboards. I have here some artichokes in oil. I've got some char grilled red peppers. Got some leftover dried tomatoey things. Pasta, ovs, tin of soup. Got a red chilli. I've got an onion and I've got some garlic. So the first thing I'm going to do actually is drain some of the oil from these peppers and the artichokes. And I'm going to use that as my cooking oil. I'm going to stick into a pan, start getting that warm. I'm going to chop an onion. It hasn't got to be that neat. I'm not judging you on Michelin star cookery. You're not one of my chefs. It's quite a while since I diced an onion perfectly. But don't tell any of the guys in my kitchen that. Throw the onion into the pan. Start frying that off. You want to get kind of a rich caramelization going on, alright? Everyone's made pasta bakes and they can be so simple, but they can also be really rubbish and really boring. And we don't want rubbish and boring. We want lots and lots of flavour. Lots of recipes will all say stick onions in the pan, sweat down 5-6 minutes. It doesn't. It takes 10-15, okay? And in that, I've got 4 cloves of garlic. I'm just roughly chopping. I'm going to throw that in as well. And whilst that is cooking, so I'm going to cook the pasta, boiling water, lob it all in. I'd love to tell you amount, don't know what it is, it's just a random jar that I've got. I am crying because the onions have got a lot of acidity in them. It's not that I'm upset yet. To go with that, I'm going to stick in and drain some of these artichokes. And I'm a big fan of artichokes. And they have a lovely kind of acidity to them. And then into that as well, I'm going to put some of these random char grilled peppers and I'm going to run my knife through them, chop them up. I can see right here, the onions are beginning to go a little bit brown, and that is really important because that's the natural sweetness, the sugars that caramelize in, that's going to give another layer of flavour. Peppers, just chopping them up, roughly though, you want texture, okay? Put them back in with the artichokes. So here, 1 red chilli in and amongst the steam. Chop that, bit of spice, bit of heat. Half used tin of tomatoes, just chopping them. So I haven't got any tomato puree, but I have got some dark soy sauce. And I know it sounds really weird, but soy sauce is salty, it's rich, it's got lovely flavours. I'm just going to pour it in. I'm going to reduce that down and adding that liquid to it, kind of lift all of those flavours that were stuck on the bottom of that pan. And then into that, I now add my artichokes and my peppers. Give them a little stir around. And into that, chopped chilies and the tomatoes. A tin of soup, literally just going to bring that up to the boil, stir it around, taste it, then I'm going to season it up, salt, pepper, and it's going to need a bit of acidity in this. So at this point I'd add vinegar. I've got this lovely hot sauce which I absolutely adore. That will provide some of the acidity as well as a lemon, alright? Bit of lemon juice, stir it all around, and I'm quite lucky here because we have grown a few bits and bobs of herbs. I've got some fresh oregano and I'm just going to run my knife through it, stalks and all, and it goes into the mix. Just going to put into a big bowl, okay, and wait for my pasta to be ready. Okay, so the pasta cooked, I'm just going to drain that through the same drainer that I put all the other artichokes and stuff in. Some of that oil we're going to keep. And then pasta, the artichokes, the peppers, the tomato soup, the whole lot, and then mix it all together. I mean, how lush does that look? I mean, you could eat that now. However, I am going to do it as a bake. And on top of that, we'll put a little spoonful of this lovely oil. This is all the flavour that comes from those artichokes, those peppers. Normally, if I was on doing a TV show, I would be grating on beautiful Parmesan cheese and putting mozzarella on the top. However, the only cheese that was left was pre-sliced double Gloucester with onions and chives. I know what you're thinking, but look at this. It fits perfectly, and there is nothing wrong with any cheese that comes from Gloucester. In fact, there's nothing wrong with anything that comes from Gloucester. Right, goes into the oven. This one's preheated, 210 degrees. Gonna whack it in, we're gonna leave it in there. I'm gonna say 10, 12 minutes. It might be longer, I'll let you know. So I was just looking through the oven door and the cheese was melting quite quickly because I don't actually think that's real cheese. So I wanted to get some texture on it, and I got some of this hanging about in the cupboard. I'm just going to crumble it on the top to give a bit of a nice texture. A bit like breadcrumbs. You could use breadcrumbs if you want. I'm going to stick it back in the oven. I'm going to turn the oven on to grill, and I'm going to grill it for about 5 to 10 minutes. Right then, pasta is baked, sat for about 5 minutes. And there we go. How lovely does that look? Crispy, crunchy, soft, delicious. That is delicious. There you go, veggie pasta bake. If you're running out of ideas, but you've got stuff in your cupboards and you've got things you don't know how to use, tweet me, Instagram me, and I will try and cook something that you've got.